this type of dysfunction is something that occurs a lot in my real life. What's up, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia. Welcome to my channel. I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm an entrepreneur, a mother, among other things. But I like to call myself a type of mediator, you know what I'm saying? I think that I'm a person that can see things for either side. You know, I can see both sides or three sides or however many sides I need to see. And one thing I feel like I'm good at is breaking down what needs to be broke down. So, today I want to talk about the show Euphoria that has Zendaya among other highly credible and highly noted actors and actresses. There was a recent trend on, I believe it was Twitter, that was saying to give Zendaya an Emmy for this TV show that she's doing. And I wanted to give my feedback on that, but also tell y'all why the show Euphoria won't be watched in totality by me. I'll get into why I feel like that and why I'm saying that, but basically it's because I'm triggered. I feel triggered, you know, and I think the point of this video is I feel triggered because a lot of people watch things like this, and it's one thing to watch it, but to actually go through having very close family members that may be on this or on that. I just think that a lot of people don't really understand the view of a mother or of a daughter, you know, that is affected by whoever in the family, and most times, unfortunately, it happens to the people that's closest to you in the family, and a lot of that falls on you. So the first thing that I want to say is Zendaya is doing a phenomenal job at embodying this role and embodying the role of a very young but, you know, on the road to being very, very addicted to a substance that controls their being. It controls their thought process, and they become slowly but surely detached with reality. Some people that use drugs, they weren't even attached to reality as it is. And that's what I've experienced watching my family members go through drug and substance abuse. I feel like I'm a mediator, not just like being able to do it on YouTube and talk about things and break it down. I feel like I've always had that trait, and it's quite annoying because it gets used and used and used to the point where I don't want to be a mediator anymore, you know, especially to family and especially to the people that's closest to me. I don't want to be known as the person to break up things or to calm down this or that. It's a very exhausting role, and 9 times out of 10 it just doesn't work. But back to what I was saying. So she's doing a phenomenal job, but I think today's time they try to go too fast with giving certain people credit and awards when you do have to show and prove. You do have to, and it doesn't just take one shot or two shots. This is one of Zendaya's most deepest roles, and in order, I feel like, for anybody to get accolades and awards for, you can give her, you know, as much kudos as you want to, because I will, you know. I'm not no hater, but I think that it helps when a project is fully finished and it's out to the world in total for, you know, people to start saying stuff like that. And, you know, in some ways it can be seen as demanding that somebody get something, and life doesn't work that way. Just because people make a hashtag powerful does not mean that they're going to change the world. And I feel like that's what a lot of people need to realize. Like, yeah, you can tweet this or put out a video about that, but I feel like what's going over everybody's head is that this is something that's happening in households and you have no idea. You know, this type of dysfunction is something that occurs a lot in my real life. So, you know, watching clips of Euphoria makes me know that it would trigger me too bad, because literally, you know, my big sister is, I don't even want to say forever changed by drug use and drug abuse, and the pattern and consistency of it has tripled and quadrupled. I've literally been through trying to keep a person in the house with their kids, you know. Stood at the door, stood guard of the front door, all the while dropping content. Some people don't know what you go through, you know what I'm saying? Some people have no idea how you are affected. And that's why I wanted to speak some more of my truth. It's cool to talk about this person's life and that person's life and how much riches they got, and, you know, their lives and deaths and things like that, but a lot of people stray away from saying what they experience and how their life really is. Before I was a single mom, it was hard to mediate shit like that. So just imagine how it is after. I don't really cry all that much because I really feel like I don't have time. And for other people, for you to feel like other people are the ones that basically have that power. They have that power of controlling when you sleep and when you don't. Controlling how fast your heart is beating out of your chest. Controlling when you have a panic attack and when you don't. I've tried, and I feel like I'm very successful in training my mind and staying focused on what I personally need to do, but is it disheartening to know that the people closest to you don't care about what needs to be done for you, when vice versa is night and day? It sucks. Euphoria is a great show, but I feel like shows like this are great shows for people that have never experienced this, or in this case, that. I can't watch it. I can't. If you don't, and I get along with everybody, but it comes to a certain point where it's like, if you don't know how it feels for your parents with an S to be highly addicted to narcotics, if you don't know how that feels, you won't last long around me. How about your older sister, somebody that you always looked up to and took advice from, and try to take their clothes, and you know what I'm saying? And then it reverses. We all get older and my clothes start to go up missing. And it's not even just no sister shit. Because once a person is highly addicted, they change in so many ways in my eyes that it changes my feeling. I don't want to feel like a bad person. But at the same time, I know I'm not a bad person for protecting me and mine. Me and mine and my peace of mind. Every time I think about my life experiences, and especially experiences with my family, I think that, you know, a lot of it is still happening to teach me a lesson and to teach me several different things. And so, you know, when it comes to a certain point, I'll never do the same, you know, have the same level of inconsideration. I'll never want respect but not give it. And I'll never feel like God is punishing me again for being in that situation as the mediator, or in the middle. Not even a mediator, just in the middle. A lot of people just, they don't understand. And I'm happy for those who haven't gone through what I've gone through. You know, I'm happy that you've had a different type of life and a more peaceful type of life. But this show really should make you all very considerate of not only people like me, you know, but think of how long a person could have a drug problem. I'm 25, and from the time that I can remember, this was the case. So, you know, pray for children that are entangled within mess because of the lives that their parents lead, or, you know, in some cases, the lives that their family members lead. I know that, you know, in the case of Euphoria, and in the case of my own mother, you know, it is tough and sad of, you know, their child turning into a totally different person. I couldn't even imagine anything like that taking place, but it's the enabling that makes it go even farther. It's the enabling, it's you thinking about them as a child or as a baby, as your firstborn, and they are different now. And that's something that I've come to terms with my family members. Like, we all different now, and we all are at that point where we know exactly who we want to be, so what you show me is going to be what it is. I'm exhausted of giving advice, of wanting to be heard out, of screaming, of yelling, of arguing, of slamming doors. I'm tired of it. And I'm leaving that in my past. And when I say my past, it's my very recent past, I want to say. But I'm in a new environment, and it's like it's the same behaviors around me when all I want is better. How do you protect it? It seems sometimes impossible, and it's hard not to feel powerless. So perhaps if anybody has gone through what I'm explaining or what Euphoria is about, share your story, and hopefully we can find some peace and some type of enlightenment from each other, you know, some type of advice without saying here's what you do, you know, and it be something generic on what can be done. But to feel limited by your family members that are heavily addicted to substances and narcotics is a challenge every day. It really is. I don't want to hear about drug dealers all the time. I want to hear about people that grew up in and out of foster care like myself. Was a mediator in there too. Some type of counsel. And I'm the same age as them. They just reacted a lot more vocally. And I respect that because I acknowledge that as a child I was numb. And now that I'm grown, I feel fully awakened to who I want to be, what energies I want around, and what example I want to set for my child. That means everything to me. So when looking at Euphoria, please take the lessons that are right in front of you and not just be looking at it just because it's a new show, it's Zendaya in it. You know what I'm saying? Really let it sit deep within you. Let it register. And hopefully, you know, it will win awards and things like that in the future. But y'all gotta give stuff time. Y'all gotta give stuff time to actually do its thing and make its rounds and collect all of the views and everything that it need. Like, just let it do its thing. It's your girl B Octavia. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see y'all in my next video.